Hola, good morning, Portimao Marina. This is sailing boat Saoirse, over.
Saoirse, this is Marine Portimao. Please go ahead.
Portimao, this is sailboat Saoirse. Just to let you know, we'll be leaving the marina today to go sailing, and we probably won't return for maybe 3-4 weeks. Over.
Saoirse, this is Marine Portimao. That is understood. So, could you please inform us your next port?
Marina Portimao, our next intended port is Faro Anchorage. Culatra Faro Anchorage, over.
Saoirse, this is Marine Portimao. Thank you very much.
Right, that's that bit done. We're resident here, and obviously every now and then we do go sailing anyway. I'm not sure we have to do what I just did, but if the boat's going to be out for 4 or 5 weeks, it's probably no harm to let them know we're gone. They'll be around in the dinghy counting the boats. They do this every day to see if anyone's slipped in overnight, or just to make sure that their numbers are correct. So, out of courtesy, it's probably worth doing. So yeah, it's November the 20th, 2024, and we're ready to go. Finally, we put in a new window during the week. We broke that window last year in Garrucha, coming down from the Balearics, and so we had to go to Sintra to have it replaced. The piece made by a glass company up there, brought it back, put it in. The head sail is back up, got a new UV cover on it, all that's done. The mainsail, there was a small tear on that's been repaired. And we're dieseled up, and I have the floor open and cleaned the wheel for the speed monitor, so as that our autopilot will work, because without speed that just won't go. We did a good shop, so we have plenty of food in. Fridges are full, and we're ready to rock. Today, as I said, it's the 20th of November. We have to be back here by the 20th of December, and we fly home to the UK for Christmas. I say home to Lisa and Matt in the UK for Christmas, and then back to here again on the 27th. So we have a month to mess around. So we're going to stay coastal. We're going to do parts of the Algarve we've never been before. So this is our plan, rather than going down around the corner and up to the Costa del Sol. If we do that this year, this trip we'll save it until after Christmas, and we'll go up then. So we have that in the bag. Gives us something to look forward to for the new year. So this year, this morning we leave, and we're going to go to Culatra as the target again, but instead of turning right when we go in through the moles there, we're going to turn left and follow the river up to Faro. There's an anchorage there as well. We've never done that before, so we're going to try it. So our plan this year is to do the rivers. There's a couple of interesting rivers along that coast after Culatra. For instance, you pass Tavira, which has a little river anchorage there right in front. After Tavira, there's the border between Portugal and Spain, the Guadiana River, and Ayamonte on one side, and Villarreal de San Antonio on the Portuguese side. But you can follow that river, provided you can get under the bridge, upriver for 20 miles to a village called Alcutim on the Portuguese side. And on the Spanish side, I think it's called San Lucar. 2 small towns that make for a very nice little anchorage up there, apparently. Very peaceful kind of a place. So we're going to check it out. It's on the radar. Now, there's been lots of rain here the last couple of weeks, and the rivers are in flood. So we might get that in another few days. It's actually been dry now, 4 or 5 days, and I'm not sure how long it takes before the flood waters run off. Probably gone by now, but we're going to give it another few days anyway. After Faro, we're going to head towards Huelva, and just south of Huelva there's an entrance into the river Guadalquivir, I think it's called, and that river goes all the way up as far as Seville, and that's a 55-mile run with a few anchorages on the way, all the way up and into the city itself. There's a little marina there in the city. You've got to go through, there's a lifting bridge, I think, finally, and before that there's a lock which controls the level of the river, and apparently because the lock is there, there's no real currents or anything up there. There's fabulous anchorages all the way, so we're going to try it, and so that's going to constitute the next 4 weeks, we think, and we'll see where we are after that. But the sun is out, It's a beautiful day. Jared's just gone off to get last minute water, give the dog his walk, and then we're going to untie and take off. Really looking forward to it. This technically will be season 5. Saoirse sailing the world. Not really sailing the world, we were sailing the Algarve, but it's part of the world, so there.
We head off. Today's the day. Say goodbye to our neighbours. Ciao, ciao.
And so, the intrepid explorers are finally away. November the 20th. Ourselves grabbing the fenders. That's the last. We have the lines off. And off we go. Yeah, so that was a real gentle cast off. There's a very, very gentle breeze was holding us onto the dock, but we were reversing out, so that just meant that it pushed us away from the boat beside us. That's all was good. There's nothing worse than bouncing off your neighbour, especially when he sat there on his deck looking at you. Day 1, season 5, Saoirse sailing the world. Benny, where are we going? Benny is saying, oh, this looks suspiciously like we're actually going somewhere. And what a day, lads. I mean, it's only beautiful. Imagine, the 20th of November. Forecast this morning was for snow and sleet in Ireland. And here we are. It's right now, it's about 20 degrees. They're expecting highs, not much more actually. 22 or 23, but we'll take that. It's just gorgeous. So how do you feel, Mrs. C? Happy to be going back out? Yeah, we were under no pressure this year, so we took our time, which is why we're about a week later than we normally would go. But the weather was crappy last week. Rain and overcast. There's no real cold, but I mean, what's the fucking point of being out there when you could go out on a day like today? It's easier than just to sit in the marina. It was nice too, you know, just to relax. We had a few jobs to do before we left, so got all that done. Here's the dinghy, those old pulleys I put on last year, and they're great. They make lifting that thing a piece of piss. Soft work. We have the big tricolour on this year, just giving the other one a break. And yeah, off we go. It's just 11:10. We expect to be at anchor in Faro by 5 o'clock. Maybe earlier, because the sea is nice and flat. We're tipping along at 6 and a bit knots at the moment. So if we hold that speed, 4 o'clock maybe. Anyway, we're in no rush. We're going to enjoy the run down. There was a little bit of a breeze there as we left the harbour, but it's after falling off now again. There's a guy over there with a sail up though. If he can do it, it's so nice to be back up. Beautiful day. The sea is beautiful. I think there's maybe a bit of a current running against us though down the coast. We're doing just under 4 knots, which makes it's going to be a long day if it continues like this. I think I might talk about that. My tide today is at about 5:30 in Faro, and that's where we're headed in. It's only a couple of miles, I think, up that river, so we should have the flood with us as we go in. And I reckon it'll be around that time, or both around that time. So we'll have high water at the entrance as well. Of course, Murphy's Law. We just made a cup of tea, just sitting down to a sandwich, and the wind woke up. We're looking at I don't know, it's gusting there now to 14 knots, which still isn't a whole hell of a lot, but it's a bit. So we just got the main up. I'll get the head sail out there now in a minute. Right, well, she's up. She's not doing much, but she's up. They're all out. You can see the head sail has lifted about 3 feet from the deck up, and that's because originally that sail had a gap at the top, had a piece of cable which was making up the gap. I have a feeling that sail is just a sail they put on when they sold me this boat. It's not a sail for the boat, it's just a sail they had, and I don't know why they did that, but there you go. And now we've adjusted it because the foil was giving trouble and we couldn't get it to wind properly, so it was giving problems at the top where the cable was getting stuck in the foil itself. So we've elevated the sail. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the sailing. Apparently you get nice downwind sailing with a high sail like that, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. I mean, we're not exactly racing, so there's a little bit of a puff there now again, but not a lot. We're getting like 10 knots, which really isn't enough for this boat to get going. But she's tipping 3.5 knots through the water. We'll be out here all day. We'll give it a half an hour and then I'll engine up again. We'll enjoy the blow. We're on dolphin watch. They're just here and they're big. For a moment there we thought maybe they were the other fellas, those who shall not be named, for fear of an encounter. But I think they're just big dolphins. We're about to find out. And then we got a copy of big gust there now as well. Very nice. Good movement though. So that in there, that's Villamora. We've left Albufeira behind, and next stop, get up around the corner, is Faro, is, well, Olio I suppose, Calatra. It's just a gorgeous day. But the cloud there now has just kind of moved off. Look, the sun is out, and it's just glorious. It's a great day for it. Great day to start a little sailing holiday. We're hammering down the coast. Actually, we're not. We were just plodding along, but we just got a bit of wind, so I'm making the most of it. And we're getting a bit of a heel on. Small bit of a push. That's nice. No, you can see the sail or not. I mean, it's, I don't know, it feels weird. Feels like we're getting more of a heel from it. Maybe that's because it's top heavy. I don't know. Just when you think it can't get any better, the dolphins show up to say hello as well. Like, it's amazing. We're a bit shy, but See if we can't catch one on camera for you. Alfinos. Yeah. That's on the side of Pera. So they're just off the front of that as we come down the coast. Dolphin watch. Faro. There's the approach to Old Yaw. Those lighthouses are inside the channel. You can see the mole from here, just coming into view. So that's where we gotta go around. We get turned upwind, get the sail down, and then in we go. And from there then it's going to follow the channel and the river all the way up there to Faro. And it'll be our first time ever doing it, so it'll be interesting. Just dropped the main. We're making the turn in to towards Colatra, towards Faro. Left, and we're going to turn up towards the city of Faro.